I was born between worlds, and for many years I mistook that fracture for a choice. I spent my earliest years in a mountain village among my mother's people, until government men arrived with rifles and paperwork and carried me east. At the boarding school, my hair was cut, my language punished out of me, and forgetting was taught as virtue. There I learned the approved story of my father, a pioneer who bent wilderness into nation. I was taught to admire him, and to despise the part of myself that resembled my mother. By the time I was grown, I mistook assimilation for achievement and silence for progress. So when a New England town chose me to lead them west, to guide a wagon train to a fertile valley, I accepted as destiny fulfilled. They trusted me. They elected me. They called me American, and I believed that acceptance proved the past could be outrun. The valley lay high in the mountains, green. Within days of our arrival, an elder approached our encampment alone. He spoke to me in my mother's language, carefully, as if testing whether it would survive. He told me they meant no harm, but that the valley was not empty land. It was their summer home. I answered with a gunshot, firing into the dirt near his foot. He fled. My people cheered. I smiled because leaders are expected to smile, though the sound echoed longer than it should. We built quickly. Farms, houses, shops. Armed volunteers patrolled the outskirts. I became sheriff by necessity and mayor by election. I knew every citizen by name, every grievance. I loved them as one loves family chosen under pressure. Winter came before we were ready. The town was too young to have stockpiled enough food, and snowfall sealed the passes. With rations thinning, I left alone to find game beyond the valley. A blizzard overtook me. White swallowed the world. I woke in warmth. The tribe I had driven away had found me and carried me to their winter settlement below, where snow did not linger and game was plentiful. The elder I had threatened sat beside me. I demanded to know why they had saved me. He told me their history plainly. For generations they had lived as the land required, high valley in summer, low valley in winter, until settlers came to their winter grounds seeking gold. None was found, but violence was. Then smallpox finished what rifles began. When he named the leader of that expedition, my blood ran cold. It was my father. The heroic figure I had worshipped rearranged itself into something brutal and small. I asked why they would still help me. The elder said he recognized my broken speech. He himself had once been abducted and sent to a boarding school during that raid and escaped. He blamed the system, not me. He told me his people had tried to reach me after my town was built, but were turned back by armed patrols. Still, he convinced them I was not my father and that I might choose differently. By firelight, we clasped forearms like rivals turned kin. I pledged to help his people survive. In return, the tribe would leave the town untouched. We agreed to meet monthly in secret beyond the valley. I returned home with game the tribe had given me. The town celebrated. When I told them the tribe had saved my life and wished to negotiate peace, they dismissed it as sentimentality. So we worked quietly. I relinquished the mayor's office temporarily and moved to a farm at the edge of town. In summer, I diverted produce to the tribe. In winter, they brought me meat, which I presented as my own hunts. Both sides lived because of the lie. I hired a farmhand, a black man employed as an accountant at the bank, paid little and treated worse. He understood exclusion. I trusted him. Later, I hired the banker's daughter as co-manager. She was capable, ambitious, and trapped by her father's control. For a time, the farm ran smoothly. Then records began to disappear, documents proving some crops never reached market. I hired guards. I hid the papers. Still, they vanished. The banker grew hostile. When I confronted him, he denied everything and suggested the thief must be inside my own house. Fear spoke before faith. I accused my farmhand. He left. I let him go. The next day, I resumed the office of mayor and invited representatives of the tribe into town to negotiate openly. The citizens listened politely until the tribe requested a share of the harvest. Then the banker stepped forward. He produced the stolen documents. He revealed that his daughter had taken them while working as my co-manager and delivered them to him. He claimed she did so willingly. Before she could speak, the town erupted. Justice, they called it, order. They banished me alongside the people I had tried to protect. As we crossed the mountains, I looked back once. I apologized to the man I had accused, the one person who had trusted me fully. The valley lay silent behind us. Winter followed us, and I understood that the story was not finished, but it would no longer be written in my father's hand.